I appreciate anybody that watches this video. It's kind of long. I really don't like doing the long ones anymore, but I picked up Jango Fett's ship back in the early thousands, whatever it may be. I don't know the year of this one, but it's completely there. The sides are there, the wings are there, the windshield's there, guns there. So we're going to turn into BoBa Fett's ship. And thanks for watching. Went over it once with some crayon, and then got it all one color. I got the sides of it as well, all this deep gray. So I'm going to come back in now. What we're going to do is we're going to take the screws out of the bottom. I decided to put some lights in it. We're going to use the inexpensive Christmas house lights here, LED from the dollar store, believe it or not. I use that in Millennium Falcon as well. Going to have to cut some holes though. I think it's 1/8 of an inch. We'll find out. But we're going to cut the bottom off. Well, not cut the bottom off. We're going to not cut the bottom off, but we're going to take these screws out. There's screws here. There's one here, one there, that one there. I assume this one, this one, this one, this one, this one, and this one. We're going to take those out and pull the bottom off, drill our holes, set up our lights. And what I have a plan is since this thing it's kind of off balance, what we're going to do is, well, I put the batteries in here. This is going to lay right in here, and set up the lights, wherever we need to in the bottom. So that's what we're going to do. These lights right here, they're not real bright when it comes to the red ones at the end of the project, but they're like $1.25 at the dollar store. Every Christmas the dollar store has some inexpensive lights, and these are really small and compact. The only bad thing about them is they're kind of long when it comes from the end of the light to where they wrap the light to the cord, but you'll have to make adjustments for that if you want to use them. But the blue ones I use on the Millennium Falcon work great. They're really bright. I haven't used the green ones yet, but these are red, but still at the same time for $1.25, 2 AA batteries, small compartment, they work great. So here's the bottom. It's just a mock-up. I had to do some rather cutting because they were longer. I'll show you in a second, but I think the red is going to be cool. I didn't want green. Well, I just came apart, but I have to put these back together. But here's what I mean. I had to make some cuts here. You have to do some nasty little cuts because these are so high, and I forgot how high they were, and they don't bend. They're glass or plastic. I don't want to break them, so I had to find out where the holes, I had to make them deeper so these can fit in so I can screw it back together, but you won't see it anyway. And this one here will be fixed. I'll hot glue this in position and then super glue it or something. Probably hot glue, because if they break I can always replace them. Then do some shading around this here. Right, it's just a mock-up and it worked, and here we go. Now to the going with the lighter gray now. Alright, we're getting ready to lighten the ship up a little bit, which I wanted to make it a little bit lighter. Just mix me up some whole bunch of Createx opaque with a few drops of black. This came out really smooth, really nice. Hit it with the darker stuff, and then I came back with the mixture of the Createx and the paint and made a different mixture, made it a little bit lighter, so that underneath, when I get done masking it off and putting the liquid masking fluid on there, this to be the color that it shows. But this turned out really real smooth, man, real smooth, as you can see, really nice. So we're gonna mask this thing up and do the top part first. I think I'm gonna do that first with the green, and we'll go from there. Alright, here's the part I didn't want to do. I'm going to use some more of this masking fluid. I'm going to put the chips in with that. See how it goes. I'm going to do the dark greens later, but right now I'm just going to concentrate on the light green. Primarily I wanted it more of a green, but I don't know. See how it goes. Alright, now that we have it all done, there's a spot where I'm still kind of not nervous, but curious how this is going to look. Just going to wipe it clean, see what happens. I know when it's done, I'm going to have to put a wash on or something, like a light brown wash, but let's see. So far not bad. I mean, it's not too bad. Actually, I thought it was going to look a lot worse than that, where even though you're trying to say what's going to look worse, even though you're trying to make it look messy. But trying to make something look messy is a lot harder in my opinion, because I never really do this, to make something look really good. If you know what I mean. You know what I mean, though. I'm not trying to... Going to be dark green up here, dark green here. I have to blow this off, make sure I get all the masking off before I'm going to clear coat it with some matte clear first before I move on to the next step, because I'm going to have to mask it off and hit these dark spots where I want them dark. So this is just kind of the first phase of the what's to come. So that's about it. I think it turned out alright. This is kind of what it's a little brighter green that I want right now. It looks even lighter green that I can tell on the screen. But I'm going to take a brown wash when I'm done and go over the whole shit, make it look grimy, so it's not so vibrant. So next step, after we give this a clear coat of matte, we're going to go in, tape off what we need, and we're going to go in through some dark green. Probably olive green. So we'll get to that next. Well, I forgot to hit record, of course, but I've been spraying this with olive green. The masked parts off that I want darker, I'm going with olive green, so that's all it was. I was just spraying it, mask this all off. Not a big deal, but of course I forgot to hit start. Masking fluid, and just sporadically go around everywhere. It's going to be dark here and dark in the back where they loaded Han Solo. Oh man, all right, we did some pink in there, and then I went in, as you can see, probably can see that I still had the mask is wet, and I went and hit it again and didn't take the other masking off, the first layer of masking, and now I'm going to go back and just coat this whole thing. Yeah, berry wine. And I don't know how this is going to turn out, but we're going to do it anyway. Usually folk art I had no problems getting through the airbrush as long as it's cut well. But I shook and stirred, it just kept clotting up. It did not work. Alright, so berry wine of folk art will not mix. You cannot thin it and put it through paintbrush, airbrush. It will not work. So I'm sitting out here making my own brandy wine color. So here's my color, that color, basically almost the same. All I did was take a primary red over here with the top all messed up and red everywhere in my fingers. Primary red, just with a couple drops of blue, made my desired color that I was looking for, a brownish, reddish, purplish or reddish or whatever, I don't know, for the base of that thing. So sometimes you gotta make your own colors and it's a pain. Alright man, we got it all done. Let's see what happens. I do like how the color came out. Really happy about that. I did it by accident. 60% red, no, 80% red, 20% blue. Probably more on the red side. Just add a little blue as you go. It's a very nice rustic look. I didn't even have, I've always, let's get to this. See how this looks. Okay. Okay. That's pretty cool. It's not too bad. It's on there. It's on there. This paint's on there. Normally the paint can't get the paint to stay on. The paint's on there. I'm rubbing pretty hard, man. Shoo! I tell you, this is something else. It's on there. I really love the reddish brown or whatever you want to call this that's on Slave1. Turned out well. I like that, man. Let's get it all unwrapped. Going to tone it down. I know it's very vibrant right now. Going to add some weathering. Going to add some rain weathering. Yeah, this is doing some touch up. This is going to be great. This is going to be good, man. No, I'm happy. Bottom yet. Still going to do the bottom. But as for top, take this off over here. Let's add some piece of tape in there. And there we go. Look at that. We're getting there. Using wrought iron. I had took the wrought iron for the front, and I did add a couple drops of black to that wrought iron because it's a little more greenish than I wanted it to be, and also did the sides here. I didn't film that because I don't want to bore you guys even more than I already am, so I just taped this off, masked this off, and just same color. So now what we're going to do is just start using the chipping away, the masking. We masked the front of this here. There we go. There we are. Got chipping on front. Chipping. Here. I'll just like that. There it is. But I don't know. Let's see. I don't know if I like this black, completely black. I think I might just revisit that. All right, we're going to change this up. It's so ABC, just a green, pink, and red, and we're trying to mix it together. Try to maybe stay away from some blacks, maybe some blacks in the cracks later down the road. But right now, we're going to do some brown shoe polish. See how it goes. I'm doing straight out of the box, the bottle. I want to tone it down a little bit. I don't want it to be just I'm going to blend the colors. I don't know what I'm doing, so we're going to go with it. So we're going to add these are just the last shot. See what it looks like? But you're going to some I don't know, pastel or something, I don't know. I'm not sure if I like it or not, I don't know. But I like the red. But the top part, I don't know. The top part, I'm not sure. But we're going to keep it, it looks good. And then, it's not too bad. It's not too bad. Let's see how this goes. It's got bubbles in it. I don't know what's up with that. Hopefully the bubbles I can get out. Gonna let this set up a little bit, and then we'll come back. You probably can't tell too much on film or camera, but it's definitely knocking it down. So we'll be back. We're going to do some line work. I decided after the way it looks now, I think the line work is going to make it go over a little better with the panels. So we're going to let's do some line work. My daughter got me some of these weathering pencils, man. It's the way to go, man. I mean, I love pastels and everything, but I tell you, man, you can't really get that point with pastels, of course, because it's chalk, you know, or whatever. At least in my experience. But here, we're just going to go through. We're going to make some real quick weathering drips and runs down the side of the ship and try to make it messy as possible, but make it look kind of neat and good. But I'm not sure if I can do that yet. But here we are. We're going on top of the cockpit here, right where the windshield, whatever you want to call it, hits the top of the ship. I just wanted that one spot black. I just wanted to blacken this out. I'm using the licorice black, which is my favorite black of all time because it's not black. I know on screen it looked like a charcoal, but I don't know. But here I'm going to the side, inside where the inside of the ship where the fins meet. I don't know the correct name of the fins, whatever. But I'm just going in real lightly. Air pressure's down real low, probably 19, 20. Barely pulling back on the airbrush, just getting some sort of fading in, you know, so it's not a smooth transition like it was. This here, the same thing. I'm just fading stuff around, making no sense. Don't really care too much. Just going around some things, real low pressure, pulling back really slightly on the airbrush. That's it. Just for the bottom, just so some. Like I wasn't too concerned about the bottom so much because, for me, I'm not gonna display it up like most people do, like stand like it's flying against a wall. Mine's just gonna be on a shelf. So I wasn't real concerned about the bottom. So that's where I'm at right here. Here's the bottom of Slave1. I'm making it really simple. I'm not going to go too deep. And the handle. Just going to hit this with a, dry brush it. Just get some highlights and maybe lighten it up a little bit. I don't know. At some different angles. I don't know. But this is going to be plain and simple. I'm not going to go into all the detail and separate all the different things that are here, like all the different possibilities of the piping and stuff, because it's going to primarily be sitting on the shelf like this anyway with the lights. So I'm just going to dry brush it and be done with it. What we're going to use is the metallic, the Ultra Sheen metallic from Deco Art. We went through with this, the Ultra Sheen dark metallic. It didn't really do a whole lot. I mean, it did a little bit. It definitely did its purpose. I mean, it's definitely it's still a little too dark for me. I think I'm going to hit it with some of this gunmetal. So, yeah, we're going to go with some gunmetal and then dry brush it on and we'll be back. You can see the bottom's a lot brighter now. Not so much brighter, but there's also a big light above me. It's a little more metal looking. See, you can see right there. The lighter shade of gunmetal probably would do better than just that darker sheen. Alright, we have it colored with some, what was this again? Burnt umber. And then I want to go over something lighter, so I went to the, Hobby Lobby and got golden ochre. If I'm saying that right, I don't know. Ochre, golden ochre. So it sort of looks like this. This time, instead of just distilled water, I mix it up with the cleaning solution that has glycerin in it. So hopefully this soap makes it a little more, because this stuff can be a little tough to run through the, depending on what color. It can be tough to go through the airbrush. So we're going to cover it with this, a complete cover. I didn't want to go in and hit anything all where the black, where black should be, the very dark spots, because I want to go back and add that later. I was going to do it different this time. I didn't want to just paint it black and then typically, a lot of times that's the best way to go, but I don't know how we're going to see how this goes. So we're going to spray some of this golden ochre on here and fill it in, let it dry, and then put our masking wherever we want to put it, and then hit it with some of this stuff here. Light buttermilk, I believe. I kind of picked for the actual color because I know the wings are light on the Slave1. But anyway, let's do this ochre. Let's do it. Let's just do this golden ochre. See how this goes. I don't know. So here we go. Got it about, since it's a lighter color, I got about 35 psi. I got my nozzle turned in a whole lot so it's not blasting out. I don't know if this is even going to cut, cover well or not. I don't know. I don't want a complete opaque covering because with Slave1 being a mess, the ship's kind of messed up, like when it comes to the actual paint job. But to me it's kind of hard to make a messed up paint job. I know that sounds dumb, but I don't know. We're going to hit it with the spots where I didn't hit. It's going through pretty well. Now it's going pretty well. Down here on this piece, I know it's a little more like a off red, a pinkish red. So we're going to hit that a little. I can't. These bigger pieces. I don't have nothing to hold it from. So we're going to keep it sort of like that. Trying to do the fading. I don't. Like I said, I don't know. Some of this stuff I don't know. I'm just winging it right now. I'm just winging it. I can always go back in with a darker spot, between the pistons and stuff. Just trying to hit the spots where it looked like, I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know what I'm doing. You know what I mean? I don't know what I'm doing. I know it's going to probably, I don't know. I looked at a whole bunch of movie accurate stuff, and I know this is bright. Some things are bright. That's bright. So I have to mask that off. I'll probably mask that off. I think that's all we're going to hit. I think that's what I'm looking for. That's what I'm looking for on each wing. So it's kind of tough to, for me, it's kind of tough to make something look worn. I never, you know, I'll probably go in, trying to hit the stops up here, because I know this is going to be a more color, brighter color, so there we go. This is it. She wrote. So there we go. That's where we're at. That's where we're at right now. So yeah, that's where we're at. We're gonna hit the other one. Next step is the masking in the lighter color. So after I matted down the wings on the Slave1 or Jango Fett's Slave1, wherever you want to call it, Jango Fett ship, I'm going to go with some buttermilk. I don't know how this is going to go. Maybe it's too light. Maybe I should go with the linen. I'm not sure. But I know the sides were kind of light, and we're going to go with that. See what how it goes. I'm probably going to just get old-fashioned black shoe polish, man. The black's a lot more potent than the brown, of course, because, you know, I guess the pigment in the black, I don't know. But just wipe it on there really quick. Get it in there. Don't let it soak too long. Just come in right off with, don't put nothing on the towel, and just wipe it off and get the desired weathering. It works perfect, man, especially on a lighter gray. It works great. Just one application, it's over with, wipe it off, you're done. I think that's perfect right there. That's it. As for the guns in the back, I decided to go the same sequence. It was a brown, then burgundy, then a gold, and then finished it up with some buttermilk. Kept it the same thing as the side of the wings. This is by no means movie accurate when it comes to Slave1. First of all, it's not Slave1, it's Jango Fett ship. But I kind of had this interpretation that I was going to put onto this ship with what I thought I saw when I was watching Empire Strikes Back. This is what I thought I saw. I know the top is more green than it needs to be, but I kind of made it my own. At least when you look at it, you can at least say, well, that's Slave1. Maybe not a really good interpretation of Slave1, but I'm happy I have a Slave1. Thanks for watching.